Today, we are talking about ways and why people fear investing in themselves. So let me know where you're joining us from. I see lots of eyeballs out there in the big wide world. All right. Fear of investing in oneself. Now, I have launched my program many times, and often after I've launched a program, I will send out a survey or a post-launch survey. And with this post-launch survey, I ask the question, what was your biggest determination over not signing up for the program? Or, maybe what do you feel was holding you back from signing up for the program? Or even, what would it take for you to sign up for the program next time? Now, it doesn't matter what questions I'm asking or what the program is that I'm receiving feedback on. There's always lots of similar answers. And we've been watching this over the years of running this business, and it all comes back to a fear. There is a fear, and especially women entrepreneurs have a fear over investing in themselves and their business. So let me know if you're watching this on the live stream or if you're on the podcast. Do you know you need to invest to grow your business, to learn a strategy that you know will take you years and years to learn by yourself? But you have this fear of actually investing in yourself. And I've found that most women, that fear comes back to them. So I've actually written my top 17 different reasons why I see people actually having a fear to invest in themselves. And look, I personally, it was a struggle. The first time I invested, I was selling things from my garage. I was finding anything I could do to invest in myself. But this decision was so super scary because I didn't know what the outcome was going to be. So a lot of the responses that we get back from people are, the first one is they don't believe that they're actually worth it. Plain and simple. Before that moment, I invested, I didn't believe I was worth it. Putting an amount of money out there and putting it out to invest in my very first coach or mentor or an online course, it was a bit of a liberating feeling because I finally chose myself and I could back my belief in myself with cash on the table. And there's no better way to declare that you're worth it than put some money on the line. Now, another reason what we hear a lot is most of the time they won't admit it, but sometimes those who are being truly honest will say that they don't actually trust themselves. You see, trust in yourself, it's actually assisted by setting goals and then trusting that you're going to follow through. You see, when you trust yourself to follow through, now you're actually putting yourself in a bit of an uncomfort zone, right? Because now you have to do what you set out to do. How often have you tried something and failed and then thought, well, maybe this is just going to be that thing? So knowing that you can now trust in yourself, or maybe you think to yourself that you're just not truly ready. But until you invest in yourself, you will never be truly ready. Now, I'm not saying you have to go out and invest $20,000, $30,000, $40,000 for the very first time you invest, but you need to be willing to invest. It's simply not important enough for you to wait until you're ready, right? If you think that you need to wait till you're ready, you'll never be ready. I can tell you, the very first time and even the last time I invested, I was so scared. I was nervous. I was uncomfortable. but I knew that I needed it. Now, the next one is, and this is common, you're waiting to have money. We hear this very often. This is one of the most common excuses that I hear. And it is that I need to have the money. But that's exactly why you should invest in yourself. If what you're doing is clearly not working, you need to recognize this. And then you need to write your own financial story by believing in yourself. And when you say yes, you will figure out how. Think about it. If a relative falls down the stairs and breaks a leg, you figure out how. If you crash your car and you need another car, you figure out how. If your refrigerator breaks, you figure out how. So when you don't have the money, then you do need to figure out how. And that's exactly why you should not be waiting. Now, another reason is maybe you're somebody who just loves to dream, but you don't like to take action. You know, you get all hyped up by the motivation, the YouTube videos, all the information in the cheap and free world. And hey, it's free, right? People love consuming free information and dreaming about what they can achieve and dreaming about the successful business that they want. But they don't love what comes after the dream. That is the work. You know, like we want to build you a sustainable business so you can hire yourself out of the jobs you don't like. But in the beginning, until you've got a few employees, you have to do the groundwork. And also, here's a good one. They don't want to be on the hook. Once they say yes to investing, their dreams are now on the line. You're now on the hook. You've got nowhere to run, you've got nowhere to hide, and you have no excuse. You have no way to actually say, I'm not going to do this. And for many, this is so daunting. Now, does any of those first 6 resonate with you? 1, you don't believe that you're worth it. Number 2, that you don't trust that you'll follow through. And just be totally honest, no judgment here. But it's in the recognition of the things that are holding you back that allow you to move forward. Are you maybe just not yet ready? Or are you just waiting to have the money? But if you keep making that same decision, it's going to lead to the same result, right? Or maybe you just love the dream of it all, but you don't want to actually do the work. Or at the moment, it's really comfortable because you're not on the hook for anything. So let us know in the chat or wherever you're listening to this as well. All right, now let's move on to our next 7. Number 7, this I think is something that I am very good at, is making sure that I get resourceful. Whenever I invest in something, I ask myself, not if I've got the money now, right? Once I think about how many clients do I need to get that coach? And then I'm like, cool, I can do that. I'll find the money. We can make it work somehow and some way. I literally sold things from my garage and from my wardrobe to pay for my first coach and then to get my software up and running. But most people would rather spend money on a leather jacket or a new phone or a trip to Cancun, right? Because they are awesome. But I can tell you, they won't transform your life. And if you're following me, you want to transform other people's lives. Am I right? That's why you follow the Sparkle World. We want to help to transform other people's lives. Also, what about this one? So many people just want to stay the same. I mean, it sounds crazy, right? That most people don't actually want to change. That fear of stepping into their own power. One of the deepest fears is not that we're not inadequate. It's that our deepest fear is that we are powerful beyond measure. We turn light into dark. And that can frighten people when they step into their own power. Maybe you have yet to decide that your dreams just haven't become non-negotiable. When I started this business, I said to my husband, give me 5 years. Now, last week, we literally hit our 5-year anniversary for me being in the Sparkle Class Academy full time. And I made it a non-negotiable to be successful. I knew I was going to take risk. I was going to do whatever it took, even if I had to go and have a garage sale or whatever it took. Even I borrowed some money from my daughter's bank account because I ran the math and I knew that if I just got 2 clients, I could pay it back. And I believed that I could. You need to have a belief in yourself. Also, you're letting fear win. Number 10, letting fear win. You're afraid of putting money down and then you don't actually follow through. You don't take action. Or you're afraid of declaring your dreams to somebody else. Once you do this and you step into it, you invest in yourself, now you've got to make those dreams a reality. Or you're afraid to be held accountable to your vision. Or you're afraid of achieving success and changing your life. These fears, they're always out there. We also find that we hear this very often. I'm waiting for the right time. So often in a discussion, people will say to me, it's just not the right time. I'm waiting for the right time. Here's the deal though. When it comes to timing, there's never going to be the right time. You are the one who makes it the right time. Time is not going to come to you and say, now it's the time. You're the one who has to stand up and say, now is the time for me. Life won't get less busy. Kids won't get less intense. Bills aren't going to get cheaper. Everybody deals with these on a daily basis. But it's those who say, now is my time, that really can go forth and make a change and then go forth and transform other people's lives. Maybe it's somebody who is just not ready to be challenged. Maybe you don't like the purple whip that comes out occasionally here inside the Sparkle world, right? The best programs that I've been in are both a mix of having support, but also being challenged to push me beyond my comfort zone. We push our clients, and you know what? We tell them the truth as well. If you're not ready to hear the truth and us pointing out where you may be playing small and listening to all those bullshit voices, the little itty bitty shitty committee inside your head, and I can expect the same when I invest in myself, right? We all have these blind spots. That's why I still hire a coach. I want people to show me where my blind spots are because I don't know what they are. I mean, the coach of all coaches, Tony Robbins, has at least 6 coaches on the book at any one time. I've got 3. I have 3 coaches. It started just getting 1 and I'm like, wow, like the transformation and the changes that I had. Now, there are some people who would prefer to continue to go solo, right? It's just easier to stay solo. Good luck. If this is, you can do it. People have done it, staying solo, but maybe it might take you 8 years instead of 2. You know, I said to my husband, give me 5 years. And the best thing I did was invest in a coach because I wouldn't be here without having invested in myself as fast as I was able to. We only had 1 year in the red where I was investing more than I was making. After that, it's all profit, baby. The snowball effect. Now, I'm not going to bullshit you and tell you that it's only going to take you 2 weeks or a month to make $10,000 a month. You know, those shiny ball coaches out there where they say you only need one funnel with one lead magnet, which is what I say, but I don't bullshit you to say that there's not a heap of work that goes on in the background. I see these ads all the time. I made $1 million in a month. I'm like, bullshit. What did you do for 10 years before that? Right? So you want one thing, but you need the strategy. And you can go and try and figure that out yourself. Or you can get there faster and have someone show you a strategy that you like. Go and find somebody that you like their system and model that. So you're no longer trying to make decisions alone and you don't have to reinvent the wheel. You model success and no longer are you flying alone. You're just modeling something that already works. So find the method that you want to implement to make real change and then find someone who's doing that and is a few years ahead of you. The next one is truthfully be honest with yourself. If you know you need help, you need to master the person who's looking at you in the mirror. Look at yourself in the mirror. I'll often speak to potential clients and, they will sugarcoat all of their problems because they don't want to admit them. And their lack of honesty, it serves a purpose for them when they don't admit that they have a problem. It helps them to avoid making powerful decisions if we just sugarcoat everything. Without getting drastically honest, you won't actually feel compelled enough to change. I know I will always look at myself in the mirror and ask myself, what is it that's holding me back? What do I need help with? I will take honest inventory on what my circumstances are right now that are impacting the vision and the dream that I had. And there are a lot of people out there that just feel entitled. There are that they can change the world and transform lives, and they can do it for free. They never have to pay for a coach or a piece of software or anything, and they can go forth and create an amazing coaching program that transforms the lives of many. And a few months back, they've probably received a message from somebody who, wanted 2 hours of their time, and then they're like, why should I be giving my time away for free? They want to be paid for their services, but for some reason, when they're actually quoted a price to truly make a difference in their own lives, they don't want to pay. So if they don't want to pay, how would you expect that your clients would want the same thing? Because you are not practicing what you're preaching. And if you're a coach who is wanting people to pay you for your services, don't you think you should be doing the same for yourself? Taking a little bit of your own advice? Yeah? All right, the next one we have here is you just want to keep playing small. It's easier if you just keep playing small, right? Investing in yourself means you want to create big, bold decisions. You want to have trust, faith, belief in who you truly can be. You want to create a difference. But if you don't shift from playing small to playing much bigger, not everybody is actually ready to play big. And if that's not you, that's okay. Again, take a look in the mirror. Ask yourself, am I ready to play big? If you want to work with the Sparkle World and Team Sparkle, you have to want to play big. because our mission is to transform 33 million lives. And that's not going to be happening by me bringing in 33 million clients. That's going to happen because I'm working with people who are ready to share their gift with the world. They want to transform lives, and they're going to do anything they can to do it. And the final one here, just a bad relationship with money. We've heard all the stories and the beliefs around money. But you see, people who avoid investing in themselves, they truly do have a scarcity mindset. They don't understand that money is just energy. It's what actually makes the planet go round, right? Well, not actually go round, but it's how things happen. We exchange some energy for other people's energy. And yes, it's money. It's not physical paper anymore. It's just like a beep on the phone. Beep. Right? You don't have to give away all your energy, but you need to invest some of that energy to get it back. And I can tell you, when you invest some of that energy, you will get it back 5 times over. One can only change when you really want it. Before I went and invested in my first coach, I needed to change myself first. I was scared. I was nervous. But I can tell you, after only 6 weeks in, I was launching my first program, right? And we had a 5-figure month. Now, that was because once I started investing, I was no longer playing small. I was no longer trying to figure it out alone. I was no longer sitting there with my blinders on, hoping and praying that something would work. So let's quickly recap the 17 reasons why people are afraid to invest in themselves. So 1 was they don't believe they're worth it. 2, they don't trust themselves. 3, you're not truly ready yet. 4, you're waiting to have the money. 5, they just love to dream but not take any action. Number 6 is that they don't want to be put on the hook and step up for themselves. You're not willing to be resourceful to figure it out. I'm sure if the fridge broke, you'd figure it out. You want to stay the same, or maybe the dreams just haven't become non-negotiable. For me, I was like, there is no way I am working for an employer anymore. And I can tell you, as an educator, as a teacher, we only got paid when we were in the classroom, and all the work, the many hours outside of the classroom, I never got paid for. And I'm like, I would prefer to be paid while I'm sleeping. Literally, I wake up and my phone goes ding, ding, and I'm like, you got money. You're letting fear win. Don't let it win. Don't be afraid to put some money down, because if you put it down, you're going to take action. You're going to declare your dreams to somebody else. You're going to hold yourself accountable to your vision, and you're going to achieve success in life. Don't let fear win. It's just a feeling. Feel it and do it anyway. Maybe it's just you think, hey, it's not the right time, but it's never going to be the right time, because who makes it the right time? You do. You're not ready to be challenged. You're going to let the little itty-bitty shitty committee on your shoulder continue to win. You just want to roll solo. Hey, cool. If you want to continue to roll solo, I can promise you it's going to take you longer alone. And I even have a card for that, which I can't find right now. But you will together rise with somebody else. You're not being honest with yourself. You're not taking inventory on, this honesty. It really serves. It does. Sorry, when you're not being honest with yourself, it serves a purpose, right? I don't have to do it then. You just want free? I can tell you, free is not going to get you everywhere, everything you want. You want to play small? You have a bad relationship with money. So which one from those have you ever felt yourself sitting in? I can tell you, I've done a lot of those. Until I got a better relationship with money. When I finally started seeing money as a path to freedom, that I could find money anywhere. Erica's saying 16 for sure. Keep playing small. I love your honesty. Thank you, Erica. But when you do finally allow yourself to get a little bit uncomfortable, to step outside of that uncomfort circle, I can tell you, you can always find somewhere to make money, but you cannot make more time. And when you hire somebody, you follow their system, it's going to save you time. You can try and figure it out. There's not a lack of resources out there. But do you know how to put it together in the right order? The same as your clients. Your clients come to you and they pay for speed. And if you're ready to step into your own power, if you're ready to invest in yourself, what I recommend that you do is find yourself a coach and a mentor. 2, 1, a coach. 2, a mentor. What is the difference, you're probably asking? So this is my interpretation on what a coach and a mentor is. Now, a mentor has a method. They have a system that you know works. You like their system and you don't want to figure it out yourself. A mentor tells you what to do because they've done it themselves. A coach, they ask you really good questions. They don't tell you what to do, but they ask really good questions so that you can find within yourself what you already know, but maybe you're just not verbalizing it yet. It's like being blocked by some beliefs around something that you don't even know yet. But it's through working with a coach, you slowly start to remove these blocks. Because you see, what we see, what we hear, what we think, what so many people do is they believe what they think is the truth. Now, take a moment and think about it. What you think, you believe to be true. But is it? Do you ever disagree with somebody because what they think, they believe to be true? So how does that make your thoughts any different? And this is where a coach comes in. They allow us to see the truth that is already hidden within us, but we're just not yet sure. We just don't know. So I highly recommend that everybody has a mentor and a coach. Now, some people can do both. Some people, like myself, surround myself with a team of mentors and coaches. Wherever you choose to go, choose you first and then choose somebody to get you where you want to go. Who's ready for that? Who's ready to stop playing small? Who's ready to be honest with themselves? Who's ready to step into the uncomfort zone and be challenged? I want you to go away today after this, and I want you to, this is an assignment I would like every single one of you to do today. I want you to stop and stand in front of a mirror. I want you to look at yourself, and I want you to tell yourself that you are worth it. And I want you to ask yourself the question, what am I doing right now that's holding me back? What are you doing? What am I doing to myself right now that is holding me back? And I want you to stare yourself square in the eyes. Feelings will start coming up, which means the truth is starting to bubble to the surface. And I want you to come back, whether you send me a DM to keep it private on Instagram or Facebook. They're the best ways to get in contact with me. Or just come and comment under this video, or leave some feedback on the podcast, wherever you're listening or watching this video. But can you promise me, let me know below that you promise that you're going to do this today? Be honest. Because if you want people to invest in you, you've got to invest in yourself. Are you ready? Are you ready to play big? Are you ready? Are you ready to transform lives, to help all those beautiful humans out there that need and want your help? I know you can do it. Awesome. Thank you.